Alright, how's it going, guys? Today I'm going to give you a quick overview of my monthly budget sheet that I have on Excel, and this is for the USD and Canadian version. So you have two currencies in one. So pretty much the same thing as the other sheets, but we have a little more options here. So this is our main dashboard page. It's the first page on this workbook. So as you can see here, we have a drop-down menu. So this is going to be how you toggle between your US dollar and your Canadian dollar. So if we press uh, the US option here, all these numbers change, and this graph changes a little bit, as well as these graphs. So it's just the numbers that change mostly. But yeah, so let's start with the USD. So we have USD set. It puts the US dollar here and changes these numbers, like I said. The first top left is your income, bills, budget, and your savings. So this is all in dollar format. The chart beside it is the same thing except just in a percentage format. The bottom left chart is a breakdown of a pie chart of all your category spending, just so you can visually see. And then it's the same thing over here with just a bar chart. So now this table here gives you a breakdown of each category. So in date, so far we spent 5%. We have a limit of 76.92. We used up 5%. We spent 385. This is just an example. I didn't spend $3 on a date. Um, so the remaining is 7308, and we have a progress of 5%. So yeah, it does this for each category for like all the shopping, subscriptions, other. So we have a little summary down here. Spent so far $56. Left over to spend $697. Now if we toggle between the Canadian, these numbers change because the Canadian dollar is worth less than the US dollar, so due to the exchange rate. So these numbers change. But yeah, let's go back to US. Are you over budget? Nope. You get a smiley face because you're doing good. And your overall budget's down here. So far we spent 8% out of 100% of our budget. Now at the bottom here, you have your date selection. So currently it is May 4th. And so we select May, and it's the year 2020. So that's how we get 27 days left. Now if we change this, let's say we go the month previous, we have April. Now we have negative 4 days left because April has already passed. And if we go to June, we have 57 days left. So it's a good little like timer and tracker to see how many days you have left. And the years can change as well. It goes all the way up to 2030, a bunch of days there. But we just want to go monthly, so we keep it at that. And then at the top right, you can show the instructions down here in this little box, or you can hide them, whichever you prefer. So let's go back to show. Now we want to go to the next sheet. So the next sheet is bills and expenses. So we start off with the left side. You have all your possible bills over here. Whoops. So yeah, all your possible bills. So now the thing that's different with this sheet compared to the other sheets, it's pretty much the same thing so far. Like let's say for your mortgage, let's say your mortgage is $1,200. You can change the frequency of that. Obviously, you're not paying $1,200 a month. It would be yearly. So when you change yearly, it'll be $100 a month. It just does the math for you. You can change the frequency for all these categories. But at the end, what's different here is you got to change the currency. So now you can set Canadian. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I think it's my screen recording software. You can select Canadian, or you can select US dollar. And it does the calculation for you at the bottom here. So this formula here sums up all the US dollars, and this one sums up all the Canadian dollars. And then you have a total sum in US dollar, a total sum in Canadian dollar, and then you have your final values. Now, this conversion is completely based on this number right here. This conversion rate. This is changeable. So I think right now it's like 1.4. So if you do that, all your numbers change, obviously. You can press refresh. So the next section here is our monthly spending budget. So we got our categories here that are changeable. You can just click on it, change it up, put whatever you want in there. You have our numbers here. Also, if you guys wanted to change something on this side, it's locked. And then if you want to change it, you simply press unlock sheet. Then you can type whatever you want in there, and then simply refresh it, and it's locked again. So it's good, right? Yeah, so back to your budget spending. It does the same thing. You got your total values in US dollar, Canadian, and then your final values at the bottom. And then you go to your monthly income. So your income again, and also with your categories, they can be changed to US dollar or Canadian. Again, US dollar or Canadian. Also have your frequency, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or yearly, depending how you're paid. And for this one, I included 401k and RSP, depending on what kind of position you have or where you are located as for work. And you have other, if you have any other income. And then again, all the values are totaled up here. And then we come to the monthly breakdown where it's got your income in both currencies, bills in both currencies, and your budget in both currencies. And then you have your leftover saving in both currencies, which is like our target goal. So as for our target, it says I should be saving $2,900 US every month, or I should be saving 4,000 Canadian every month, which is 63% of my income. All right. Then again, we have our hide instructions, show instructions button at the top there. Now we go to the next sheet. So the next sheet is our monthly budget spending. It just says budget spending down here. So here's where you physically type in your spendings. So let's say we went to Best Buy and we spent $60. We can choose here, was it Best Buy in Canada where we paid Canadian, or was it Best Buy in the States where we paid US dollars? Now, as you can see, if I put US dollars here, the CAD value increases based on that currency exchange that we put here, the exchange rate. So if I put US dollars, it's $84 Canadian. However, if I go Canadian, then it's only $60 Canadian and $42 American. So that's how that works. And then we can, there's a drop down menu for your budget category. So this is going to be shopping in this case. And then we press refresh because we added in a new data point, a new spending amount. Now the summary has this new data point in there. It's now included, right? And then again, we have show instructions, hide instructions at the top. Now the next two pages are just hidden pages. So these are just background calculations that are used for the charts on the dashboard. So these you don't have to worry about. That's why they're grayed out. And then we can go back to the dashboard, press refresh. Now we can see, because we added that Best Buy purchase, we have this long pink bar that is skyrocketed up. So this is where we're spending the most money in this situation, in this example. So shopping is taking up 47% of our entire graph here. So we can see for shopping, we set a limit for 71 US dollars, used up 65%, spent $46, and we have a remainder of $25. And there's a progress bar. Our overall budget changed, our progress bar there, because we added that Best Buy amount. And then again, this is still changeable to Canadian. So no matter what you do, if I change it to Canadian, it's still 65% is spent on my shopping. It just says I have $35 left over Canadian. If I switch to the US, I have $25 left over in US dollars. So that is an overview of the sheet, of the workbook. This one has a little more going on because it's got both currencies and the formulas are adaptive to which currency you select. And these drop downs, again, right, this changes everything. But it's all linked back correctly to the main page, the main dashboard. And that is basically it. So this sheet is available on Etsy. Links will be in the description down below. Check it out. If you like it, buy it. And thanks. Thanks for watching. See ya.